No big surprise there. So I started the testing process. I've kind of done some quick move sets for all the created wrestlers, which are quite a few now. Did some quick entrances. I've still got a few left to wrap up with that. And started doing some test matches, and a lot of the ones that had face scans, even though I put the face paint over it to, dull it down and hide it out a bit, really have a lot of shine going on. It looks pretty bad. So I've had to go back to several, and I've been working those as well now to see where that's at. I've got one I've got to go back and fix because the game locked up on me. Surprise! I did say early on that the best thing about 2K18 was going to be seeing all the new glitches that come out for it, and I haven't done a lot of gameplay, but some guys did, and one of the funniest freaking videos I have ever seen in my life. I could not stop laughing. So I've actually linked it into the 2K18 playlist here on this channel, and you'll see a day one glitches. Get to the 4-minute mark, just for like 3-minute and 15-second mark, and watch that for like 30 seconds, and good luck. I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard. And this is what I'm saying, man. 2K18, when their game launches, you just know they don't test this thing. They do not test their game. They wait for us to test it and post all these videos, and then they'll start correcting shit and put out a patch. But if you think they have a tester in the 2K operation, you are fooling yourself. They don't test this game at all. But yeah, check that video out when you get a chance. Go to, the whole thing is worth watching, but if you go to like 3 minutes and 50 seconds and watch for about 30 to 40 seconds, when you think it's over, it's not over. That's all I'm going to tell you. Alright, in the meantime, I was fixing one of my known problems when the game literally broke and froze on me, which it does that to a lot of people apparently. So we're going to edit a custom, and this is one of the ones that I've worked on off stream. I got a lot of stuff done the other day, and I was kind of in a rhythm, so I just kind of didn't want to do anything on stream because I was kind of getting in a flow there, but that's stopping. So, but most of these are mine. Some of them I did download. Go over this real quick. That's not mine. That's not mine. These are obviously just things I've tweaked for the game. We made a Big Bubba Rogers out of the Big Boss Man. I can use him in the NWA. Barry Windham's mine. Barbarian's not. Alright, so Boris is mine. This one's mine old. That's somebody else's. Hogan's mine. Lawler was somebody else's, but I did a lot of work to it. Koloff is mine. Sheik is somebody else's, but it looks really great. Kamala, same story there. Kendall Windham is mine. Kendo Nagasaki is mine. Sullivan is not mine, and somebody shares my taste for Florida wrestling, because they got Kevin Sullivan back in the old garb, which I couldn't have asked for better. And you'll see in a little while that he has somebody else that I grabbed too. King Kong Bundy is mine. Larry the Axe Hennig is mine. Mad Dog Vachon we did on the stream. Morocco we did on the stream. Mike Graham is mine. That's a new one that we're going to go and fix in just a moment. Me and Mark Callis, somebody else did that, but I can definitely use him for the NWA. Magnum is not mine. I got to fix him up some more though. The hair color's way off. Mike Rotundo was somebody else's IRS, and I converted him to Mike Rotundo. Nick Bockwinkel, I'm having some struggles now because of this glare thing. I'm going to go back and tweak him a little bit more before I get really frustrated with it. He was looking a lot more like Nick Bockwinkel before I had to start screwing around with it. Somebody else is Nikita Koloff, but good lord, it's spot on. The Ninja, you might know him better as the Great Muda, but back in 85-86, he was in the NWA Florida Championship Wrestling as the Ninja. That's mine, by the way. SD Jones is mine. Piper's somebody else's, but I did some work to him. The Purple Haze, the same guy who did Kevin Sullivan gave us the Purple Haze, and he may have also done the Ox Baker. I'm not sure if that was a separate creator, but it's like, yes, 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 please. Scott Hall is mine. Slaughter is someone else's. Shawn Michaels someone else's, and I've got to finish changing that costume out. Sir Oliver Humperdinck, that's mine, and gosh dang it, he came out great. I like that. Tully Blanchard is one of our guys on our chat boards, or our community page, I should say. Did a really good job. Tongue list is the hashtag to find that with. Tessa Blanchard, his daughter. So I don't know who did that one. That was one of the women that I was going to do, and I'm glad he did it because I know it came out better than what I would have had. He had a much better face scan. Superstar Billy Graham, that's mine. Superfly Jimmy Snuka is mine. Wahoo is mine. That is not, and that is. And that's all. Alright, so now that the roll call is done, let's go up to Mike Graham. I already fixed Kendall up a little bit. I think. I guess we'll know when I'll show you. So one of the things that they did this year, which you would think was a cool thing, I thought it was a cool thing, and that is this option here where you can look at the character in the actual lighting. So this is what he'll look like backstage, no problem there. Match lighting, a little bit of a gleam, but nothing that concerns me. But then we get into the game, and everything where you see a little bit of lightness there is like white. It's like a gleaming white. That's what he'll look like in the daylight, black light, which I'll never use, and lights off. Now this makes me think to myself, when are they going to give us control over the lighting in the arenas? And I don't mean changing light colors, but I really want to get it to the point where it's got this kind of lighting in the arena, in the match. The old school wrestling, that would have been about right, as opposed to that. That's today's wrestling. Old school, that's how it was when you came to the ring and did the announcements, and then all of a sudden the bell rings and it drops down to this, and the only thing you see is maybe the first 2 rows of fans. So hopefully they'll get to the point where I mean, God knows they got plenty of other things to fix. But at some point in time, I'd love to see them get to that point where you can just have like a dimmer switch and bring it down to the setting that you want it at. But again, this shows everything is pretty good. I mean, there's a little bit of a gleam there, but nothing to write home about. But I can tell you right now, that thing is a hot mess in the actual gameplay. So we're going to try one last thing, and this will actually tell me what the real problem is. And I'm betting my money it's gonna be 2K. I don't know why, I just got a feeling. And this may actually be fixed. I don't think so, because I think the game froze on me. Make sure everything's okay, just checking. Had a problem with the mic earlier. Alright, so we're going to edit attire, but we're actually going to go for the appearance. And going to go here, face part. Yeah, I guess it didn't say that's right. So, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to delete all of this crap. Obviously, that would show up like hideously bad. What I'm debating on now . Is if I want to use this or if I want to go with the individual sections, but I'm just going to go with this because I'm already wasting way too much time at this point. Alright, so we're going to take a little bit of opacity into here. Or take it off, however you want to look at it. Because we got to get the eyebrows to come through a little bit. I was running it down about here, and I like the way that looks. Here's the other problem. Look at the left side of the screen. You see that neon blue bulb of light? That just... it fucks the whole thing up, man. You keep getting that little gleam right there from that blue spotlight, little solar flare shit. and it doesn't give you a true feel for the way it is. But again, everything, to look at it right now, there's no reason for me to think that it's going to look terrible on camera, but it does. So that said, now I found a little trick workaround I thought that was going to work, but it didn't. And I've got a theory on that, which is kind of what I'm here to test out. So the trick is, when I save this right now, for example, now if I add one of these little circle things, let's see how this one turns out. In theory, it builds outward. In other words, the first thing is the face paint, the next thing will be the circle. If I put another circle, that'll be the next thing at the end of the line. It's kind of like a conga line building up. Now this, you can see clearly, is on top of that other face paint. But if we do this, and just go ahead and save this all the way out. And now if we go back in, let's see if it does it again, but it did it earlier. We go to our face paint images, design. Well, this time it's on top again. Well, last time, and maybe it's because I saved and got completely out, like, you know, out of the mode. This was actually underneath the face paint. So I figured, okay, the face paint being with the opacity worn out a little bit, that I could just move underneath it and kind of work that way, and that it would actually give some better opportunities. I was actually thinking this could be a cool thing. You could tell by the tone that it didn't end up going that way, and it's been inconsistent to say the least. So let's go with a color. We got that. So I'm gonna have to just, as much as I hate to do it, I gotta bring this up more. So there were a couple of real hot spots with this thing. Forehead, which is normal. What happened there? There we go. So I'm gonna bring him down here a little bit more. So in this case, we're kind of layering them down, which I thought even that might help, but it really didn't. So this time I'm going to use this to hopefully buffer the problem with the light. And if it doesn't, I mean, there's nothing else I can do at this point other than remove the photo scan, and by doing that I'm going to have to reset the whole face, and that's a whole other pain in the ass. What they need to do is this, because I think everybody's gone and seen some created wrestlers where you can see somebody use a really bad face scan and it just makes things look like crap, and it makes you wonder why they even uploaded it. What they need to do is have a way where you can put any face picture on there, whether it's good or not, so you can at least map out the other parts, and then you can delete just the scan and keep all the settings to the face. That would go a long way in correcting this problem right here. Because especially with these older wrestlers, it's not easy to find a good face scan.
He's just a common man, working hard with his hands. He's just a common man.
So the other hot spot is right here around the nose, specifically right in here. But if I gotta do that, I might as well cover the other part here, because I know it's all going to be a mess. Alright, so color. And the problem with this is it really just smooths it all out, and it doesn't show you any of the detail. I'm pretty sure I've got the wrinkles in there, but maybe I don't. Let me go back and check. And you won't even see them very much, even if they are or aren't there. Let's see. Face. Customize. Wrinkles. Okay, well, let's add a little texture to this. Excuse me, losing my voice. I'd rather over-texture it, to be honest with you, at this point. Because with that other stuff there, and this might also help hide some of the stuff, so far as the gleaming and all that. IW in the house. Let's see what that does here. This would be Mike Graham, the son of the famous Eddie Graham. Not that Mike wasn't famous, he was. Let's see if that even shows through. Yeah, like I said, the makeup and everything, you don't even see any of that stuff. Maybe the eye bags, but that's about it. You got the cornrows a little bit. Or, crow's feet, rather. Cornrows. Alright. So that's where we're at now. Oh, and actually, this is the one we did the work on. So copy that. We're going to paste it there. Yes. And we gotta come back here. Remove the jacket for in-ring. This is a little monotonous. This is the last time I'm going to be messing with this. I will tell you this, I am not using photo scans anymore the rest of the way through. Other than the ones that I've used in the past that I already know work. I got Pedro, Tito, and Putski to still do, and they all worked in the past. That'd be a good test, actually, because if it worked then and doesn't work on 18, then we know. But look at that blue freaking light on the left side of the screen. It just, ugh. Makes you want to punch somebody in 2K right in the face. In the creation lab, you shouldn't have any distractions or lights or anything that's going to affect the model, man. It's just, get a friggin' clue, guys. Alright, so let me get a look here. Try this again. Yeah, you really don't get much of the detail that I put in. Like the forehead doesn't show any of the wrinkles. Like I said, it just smooths the hell out of it. Although, realistically, during gameplay, you wouldn't have seen that detail anyway. Only maybe in an interview segment or something like that. So, as long as I don't have that stupid gleam going on, excuse me, that's all I care about. And I'm gonna do this again. Alright, so pretty much come hell or high water, tomorrow we are going to have our first 2K18 official event. I don't know which one it's going to be yet, because part of that will depend on what roster is up and running. I had to make some belts and stuff. I'm not talking about the stats, I'm talking about that blue light that has nothing to do with stats. I don't care about the stats. It's that blue light, 'cause it's actually affecting the character. Where are we at here? Edit attire. clothing, upper body. By now I should be able to do it blindfolded. It's like the 5th time. And like I told everybody, you don't buy a 2K game and expect it to work. You always know it's going to be a piece of shit. Half the game is now just, you know, laughing at the fuck-ups and the fact that they really had no idea what they were doing. Again. They do this for a living, though. That's the part that I name another business that would still be in business. You know, like, if you were an airline company with the success ratio that 2K has on released games, would you still be in business today? I would think not. Yet, they're still making games, and we're still buying them. I wonder when their contract runs out. No, it does, Theo. You must have come in a little bit late. We did it earlier. I showed it, and the difference is it's not the same. I'll pull it up here again in a second. You can see what I'm talking about. It doesn't give you an honest look at what... Like, that blue light right there is just screwing things up again. Copy that, paste that. Alright, so if I go here, alright, that's the lighting, the way my character will look backstage, which is fine. That doesn't look bad either. Now let's see what happens when I put him in the ring in an actual match. If you look at his forehead, you see a little bit, and by the way, you can't go up and down, because both your thumb pad, your directional pad, and your thumb stick both go up and down with the lighting options. So you have no way of moving the camera up or down to get a different angle on your player right there. But you can go in and out. That's it. So if I want to get a good look at his junk, I can zoom in there and do that. But I can't actually go up and look at his face, which is the issue we're having. Other than from here. And again, from here, that's normal. Let's see what happens in the game. Now, one of the things they did do that's kind of cool, I didn't catch it right away up front, is when you go to set the poses, you can do a different pose for each attire. So if you've got two different, like, you know, I've got Big Bubba Rogers and the Big Boss Man, so you could have a different pose for each character that might be a little bit more like something natural for that character. So in this case, that's the slot 1, and then if I go here, it should have a slightly different... Yeah, there it goes. I'm not real happy with that one, though. I'm not sure why I selected it. If I selected it, I might not have selected that one. Yeah, that's better. And you can do the individual thing, too. It's just... the novelty of that wears off pretty quickly. Alright. I think Kendall I already took care of. You just lose so much detail when you have to mask it like this. Whereas if I could just get rid of the layer with the photo, which is a real problem, because then I can get rid of all the makeup and everything else. Yeah, I agree to a degree. Look, this isn't hard. Go back and look at past videos. I hated 2HQ with a passion. I was wishing death on them. And little did I know it could get worse. I've always had good luck with EA Sports. With EA in general. I mean, even like the Star Wars title when that came out last year, Battlefront. It wasn't the greatest game ever, don't get me wrong, but so far as working, it worked. They gave me what I paid for. I didn't feel like, oh, this is a piece of shit. It isn't doing what it's supposed to do. And back in the day when I used to buy the sports games, I don't do it anymore, but I used to always get EA's NHL. I got Madden, NBA Live. Never had a problem with any of them. I always thought they were solid. I mean, to your point, every game will have a hiccup here and there or glitch, unless it's made by Naughty Dog, in which case that'll never happen. But maybe Naughty Dog could pick this up. Ooh, can you imagine that? Naughty Dog doing the WWE franchise. Again, I've heard people say it. I've never had a single problem with them. I'm going based on me. I have never had, and I've got years and years of video games of theirs until about 5-6 years ago when I stopped watching sports. I was buying those every year, those titles, and I was playing the hell out of them. And I always did what it was supposed to do. And again, Star Wars Battlefront, I mean, look, a game's going to have patches, I get that. But these aren't patches, man. You watch that video, that you may have missed it at the beginning of the stream. I was talking about this video. Day 1, 2K glitches, and it's in my playlist. I loaded it over there under the 2K tab. So if you go to my playlist, you'll see it. Day 1 glitches. Just skip to the 3-minute and 50-second mark and watch that one alone. I couldn't stop laughing for 10 minutes. I'm not kidding you. I was in pain. My side hurt. And there's plenty of other ones after that. Just thinking about it's killing me again. Part of what made it so funny was the dude's reaction. The part with the Hell in the Cell where the guy goes through the roof and then something happens where it's not supposed to work like that. I don't want to give it away and spoil it in case somebody else hasn't seen it yet, but damn it, man. Alright, let's get this match going here so I can see the glare on the foreheads of these guys now with the makeup almost at 90%. I can't go more than that, or otherwise I have no eyebrows. I'm just gonna have them wrestle each other. Actually, you know what? Let me play one. I've been simming the shit out of this stuff. I guess I'll take Mike Graham over Kendall. Now, one thing I will say, giving some credit to them, is I did test the theory that the stats don't matter, because in the past, we proved that they didn't matter in other games that they've put out with the WWE franchise. So I took Sir Oliver Humperdinck, the manager, and I leveled him down to, I think, an 18, which is probably about accurate. I gave him an 18 rank, and I simmed a match between him and Vader. That was a legit squash match, man. Vader just beat the crap out of him for about 40 seconds, and it was over. Kendall Windham, there you go. We'll give him his street duds. And we'll go up here. And I do have to say, I like the gymnasium. It's got the smaller crowd effects and things like that, which is all cool. The only problem is, it seems like they're booing everybody. And these guys are both set up to be fan favorites, so again, everything looks fine here. I'm really happy with the way Kendall came out. Oh, come on, man. A year for a real company? This is what they do for a living, Theo, man. Are you like one of their defense lawyers? If they have a proper testing team, and that's the thing. First off, I don't think they have a wrestling fan working on the game. I think they have a bunch of gaming geeks working on the game. And they're basing it off of that. But clearly, you watch that video, there's no way they had it testing. those things, look, they've had mistakes in the past, but not like that. That was a tragedy. I don't know why this thing thinks I'm in France, but I thought I had it set up for Orlando. Maybe I didn't. Let's do a run-in. Sucker! Alright, I'm kind of missing the fact that I'm supposed to be looking to see if there's a glare. Let me see, is there a glare? A little bit, but that's tolerable. Kendall looks better too. I mean, hell, Kendall's the whitest guy in wrestling history, so he's gonna have a gleam. Alright, well, I'm happy now. They look both better, but it took a lot of freaking work to get them there. AW with the deep arm drag. Oh, fireman carry. Sport. I don't even remember what moves I gave him. So now if you look at Graham, oh, Kendall pulling out the Bulldog. If you look around that nose, it's starting to show through again, it looks like. Hold on. Get a look here. Stay down there for a minute, Kendall. Down near his lower lip too. It's just kind of, I don't know. It's annoying me. Maybe it's just the lighting. I don't know. And mind you, I turn all the lights in the arena down to, you know, with blacked out lighting. So the gameplay itself definitely got a little bit better so far as making it feel like an actual wrestling match. Sound to me like they had the right theme. I was using it earlier. Sucker! Oh, he caught me. Caught me again. Ooh, got my signature. Steps into the figure 4 leg lock. Small package rolls him up. Also, look at the tights on the side by the rib cage. They all have that same little round protrusion there. heading up towards the chest. I thought it was just because I was using like a heavy set guy like Bundy when I made him. Oh, there's Kendall with the finisher. Ooh, 2 is all you getting. And like it. Don't pretend you can count to 3, bitch. That's another one of those things that annoys me. See, it's almost like somebody put a... You would think that the person who created the character put like a... Yeah, and that happens a lot too. Oh yeah, they won't climb the rope. It's like he wants to go to the top rope or something, but he won't do it. Again, you couldn't have tested this game. I mean, I'm one match in. One match in, how many glitches? So there's no way they tested this game. I'm sorry. Not buying it. I haven't had the referee issue yet, but then again, I haven't played a lot. I've been just building. I'm trying to bide my time so they can fix the friggin' thing. Deep arm drag. See, that rolls out to the apron instead. That's pretty cool. That's a nice difference right there. Like I said, some of the gameplay itself, they made some differences that make it feel better. Now, if you could get a referee to count right, and if you could get the guy to like go up the turnbuckle like he wants to do. Oh, there's something else too that I saw. I haven't tried it yet. I'll try it now though. I did see it on like the traditional. No. It wasn't one of these type of rails though, it was a traditional rail. Where they were just going out in the fans, man. It was funny. Thought I had a finisher. What happened to that? I really want to know what that stupid little bauble is right there on the side of the tights. I didn't hold it in. We, basically, no, we are. There's no question about it. They're not even hiding it anymore. Why do you think the game comes out in mid-October? This way it'll be patched enough to be sellable for Christmas. For the people that don't get it until Christmas, they're probably the smarter ones. Because by the time they get it, it's somewhat working. Plus the DLC is already available to them, so they don't have to wait on it. Aside from Kendall not climbing the ropes that he wanted to, this has been a decent match. Uh-oh. Oh, he got me. Bastard. I ran out of stamina. I couldn't break out. I tried to reverse gears and I got caught. Yeah, the solution is actually really simple. The October release is like 30 bucks, and you're our testers. Those of you who want to get into Christmas, it's going to be working by then. It's $60. I would have had him right there if I would have remembered that was a pinning move that I had at the circle for. Alright, well, their faces are working better now. The gleam is gone. Surprisingly, the eyebrows are showing through a little bit. So it's almost like, how do I explain this? In the Creator Lab, where you're putting them together, when you're using your opacity and allowing stuff to shine through just a little bit, you know, to get some of the facial details out, and it's showing that only a little bit's coming through, the reality is, it's like when they get into the match in a real arena setting, the lights are almost like X-ray vision. The fact that you can see all that eye work right there, and I had that thing on like 95%, the lights are diminishing that full face makeup and almost letting you see through it. Quite honestly, testers, depending. I mean, if you're working for the company, then I'm thinking you make a little bit because you're also you're a programmer as well. What a lot of companies will do, though, is have a few guys that know the industry or know the gaming thing, or their title at the very least, and they'll set them up with a free copy in advance of at least a working model of it, and tell them, you know, play this for a while and let us know what you find. Okay, so those two, I'm just gonna say they're good. I'm kind of all over right now. Let me go. I gotta pick up a couple of guys that criminal intentions put up, and I've been waiting for, because he does really good work too. One of those good builders I like to see what he's gonna come up with next. There it is. Alright, first let's go to preview. And again, even the preview, it's like you can't see shit from there. So it's like a crapshoot. I think he's gonna, oh, he's done a few other things. They made it seem like he didn't have anything else up. Oh yeah, he did the giant. See, now when you look at his thumbnail, it looks like he's got that washed out face that we were dealing with, as does Chavo. But I've seen a snapshot of that call right there being used, and it looked fine. Alright. Let's go in and details. I wonder if you... I'm gonna find something else out in a minute here. On some of them, yes, it does kind of like wears off, but even then, it doesn't look good. It doesn't wear off properly. I think they'd have been better off not doing it. But least they tried. Rather than worried about the face paint coming off, how about worrying about the referee counting and the guys going up on the top rope to jump off? Those are kind of big. I'm going to sim matches that are going to have nobody going to the top rope because they won't be able to. Alright, now we're going to test something. So I just added him as a favorite, but I wonder if you're allowed to have more than one favorite. Sounds silly, I know, but it is 2K. So let's go to Koloff.
Man, pimpin' ain't easy.
Pimpin' ain't easy, man. That's the truth. Yep, it is. Well, but here's the downside to that. You never really see it. Even in all those different facial expressions you can do for your thumbnail, for your, you know, your fight card when the pre-fight comes up and the pictures are on the screen with those 60 or whatever number of faces they have, expressions, not one of them is like a snarl that would show you the teeth. There's a couple, there's one that's a smile, so like Benoit, you might get away with that. But I did Mad Dog Vachon, who's got his front lower teeth out, and there was nothing I could do to get that displayed. And you certainly won't see it much in gameplay, so. Alright, let's go to details. Okay, yeah, alright. So you can't have more than one favorite. When it says favorite creator, I was thinking, wait a minute. It's singular, so it makes me wonder. Let me see if he's put anything else up, because that was gold right there. So that IRS that he has there, that's the one that I made into Mike Rotundo. I have to keep checking back and see what else he's got doing. He had a really clean face scan too for that, so it looked great. I guess I'll... Yeah, I don't know, man. Can't win for losing some days, you know? Let's see if anyone did a good Gordy yet. I really thought Terry Gordy was going to be one of the first ones out.
Man, pimpin' ain't easy.
Nothing. Those are horrible. That one there is almost tolerable. I don't see me wanting to mess with it though. I mean, you can just change the hair in itself, that would help a lot. Face wasn't so bad, really. Look at it this way. I'm not making one either way. Someone else. I've got a guy on our community boards that I think is going to make one. He's the guy that did Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard. And if he does, I know it'll look amazing. But in the meantime, I'll take this and touch it up a little bit. Yeah. Well, I don't know that it's better than 2K18. It's just got new issues. Well, and that's the problem. It's not even that. They have new issues and some of the old, like the referee not counting, every year. You don't need a tester anymore. Now you just know, hey, this is our problem. Let's make sure it's not our problem again this year. And yet it is. So that's like 4 years in a row where the referee doesn't count properly. You can't tell me they're testing it. Quick gander over here and see if anything's happening. I really thought Hogan was going to be my big mover and all that, but Snook has been taking off, man. He's been just earning me some monies. Not money, but the count's going up to 343. It's a slow process, but then once I can finally unlock the next tier at silver, what do we got? Gold and diamond. All right. then I can drop some more in there. So what I've been doing is just kind of like whichever one doesn't seem to be doing too well. Really, I should take Hogan out at this point. He hasn't moved. He's been at 20 and 23 for 2 days, so. And I know there's a whole bunch of Hogans out there, but they're all like NWO. This is early Hogan. I thought there'd be a little bit more interest in that, but. Well, it's not like it's a trip in the park right now, but. Alright, we're gonna delete Hogan out. Yes. And replace him with somebody. Let's see. I mean, Snuka's got more than twice Hogan's numbers in 2 days, 3 days. And I've had Hogan up there from the day one. Who do I think? I think Kendo's a maybe. Coin toss. Kendo or Boris? Boris probably appeal to a larger group of people that don't know who he is. These younger folks don't know who the hell Kendo Nagasaki is. But I'm gonna go with Boris just because I think. And as always, our hashtag here is going to be One Nation. Keep it simple. Actually, no, it's all in there now. I don't have to do it.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking. The Rock says, the Rock says.
Yeah, the big ones, and if I would have thought about it, I guess, maybe I could have just spent a little bit more, a couple hours on a good CM Punk. Because CM Punk is always, for 3 years running now, if he's not the number one, he's right up there in the race. I think he finished number one last year. Last year's wasn't very good. I was surprised it got the number of downloads that it did. But then again, you couldn't find anything on that friggin' search engine last year, so could be luck of the draw. The one 2 years ago was actually damn good. Probably better than if the game put him in. Alright, it's kind of like fishing. Throw that in the water and see if anything bites. Oopsie. I'm not sure which one I was into, so let's go over here real quick. See if I can finish setting this up.
look. While I've got the move.
That is a pretty good looking.
I said, chill. Up and down there. I'm just a sexy boy.
Okay, we're gonna go with the booze. All right.
I'm not your boy toy.
84 is a reasonable number.
I'm just a
Actually, that's where they all start at.
I'm not your boy toy. I make them hot. I make them shiver. Then if you
See, people are actually getting burnt out on Brock a little bit.
they see me walk. They hear me talk. I make them feel like they're on cloud nine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy.
Jerry Suggs. Well, there's your tooth missing right there. You can see it there, but you have to make him smile. But it works for Sags. Like that actually works for him. It wouldn't look so good if Mad Dog was doing it. Plus, you wouldn't see it anyway because it's the bottom row. Yeah, I agree. I've never been that big on detail like that. As long as it looks like him, moves like him, I don't give a shit what the trunks say. But I know a lot of these people have to have everything exact. What am I doing? Alright, now we go to teams. I don't even know why I bother with this since I never use the audio, but... Jerry? I mean, tell me those don't look like they were made in the game. Not by like a person who bought the game. Oh shoot, I forget, what was their finisher? I think it was the demolition type move, wasn't it? Let's see. I mean, they had Pity City too. See, I'm always curious about how they haven't... It's like they can't put them in there without a licensing issue, yet they can use their names. The team name, anyway. It looks like they were involved in a squash match here. Oh, yeah. Glenn Ruth and Jason Heading. I don't think you boys are going to do too well. I always thought Pity City was funny as hell. Power slam and a sloppy elbow. It's amazing what got over back in the day. Okay. Sorry, Josh, I'm going to be tied up setting up this season mode thing. Yeah, ECW back in its heyday, man, that was magic. That could never happen again, I don't think. A lot of people have tried to. And that's the problem. You know, ECW worked because they weren't trying to be like anyone. They were trying to be their own thing. Now everyone's trying to recapture the, you know, put the genie back in the bottle. Josh, that'd be kind of tough if I'm using the game. Alright, let's see. Tag team. I'm not sure they have that move or not. Finishers. Yeah, they were making stars, man. Alright. Crossbody, no. Shoulder block, no. Josh, I've been working 3 days straight on this trying to get the season mode set up. I've got plenty more to do, so it's not going to happen right now, man. Sorry. I was supposed to be back to streaming today, and I didn't get to do it. Two pro kick, clothesline. Leg drop, gut buster, leg breaker, leg drop. I don't think they have this move in here, but drop kick, stump 4, leg drop, backbreaker. Let's see, maybe this will be close. No. Gonna probably have to substitute that in. I don't think there's gonna be anything else. Body splash, leg drop, go to Doom. Yeah, I did actually hear that. But it's only going to be in the NXT arena. They've got a cool little celebration at the end with a trophy, though. I might do something with that. That might be my only NXT thing of the year. I do want to play with some of the actual wrestlers in the game, just because they look like they got... The game is cool, just because the WWE programming sucks. Buckle bomb, catapult crossbody. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to settle for that. Tiny food, Doomsday, double back. Double cross body. Double gut buster. Shoulders, slingshots, super kick. Yeah, I might start giving them a shot again. I stopped watching a couple months back, and I wasn't digging it. Authors of Pain I hate. I thought they took a lot of steps backwards by trying to push that team. You go from the Ascension, who was legit, to a couple of fat slobs, man. I'm just gonna call it like it is. They dress like fat slobs. I mean, nah, I just can't get into that. I mean, Natural Disaster were fat slobs too, but they dressed like wrestlers. They had a good look about them. These guys look like they just rolled out of freaking bed. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be anything else here. Oh, wait a minute. No. Skyscraper elbow. Yeah, I think I'll take another one over that. Yeah, honest to God, I don't even know who makes up DIY. I don't know. Is that what's it, Chiampa? And I couldn't even tell you. I haven't watched. I really am out of the loop. Throw back an elbow drop. Let's see. Nope. Gargano and Ciampa. Didn't they end up turning on each other that night or something like that? Alright, we're gonna have to go with that one there. That was about as close as it was gonna get. I think it was this one here, if I'm not mistaken. And it might have helped. Oh, I did put him in a team. Never mind.
Time to play the game! It's all about the game, and how you play it, all about control. If you can take it, all about your stand. If you can play it, it's all about play. Who's gonna make it? I am the game, you don't wanna play me. I am control, the way you can shake me. I am heavy, get the way you can play me. I am the pain, and I know you can't take me. Look over your shoulder, ready to run, like anybody that bangs from a smoking gun. I am the game, and I may lose. So we'll run out of here and die like a fool. Try to figure out what my mood's gonna be. Tomorrow the sun will do that. Don't you make it.
It takes so much time to set all this crap up. One of the few things they did do to save a little bit of time is when you do the music died. I don't know if that means the game's frozen or what. You never know. We'll see. It's still spinning. I don't like the way this feels. Well, I was about to say something they got right, and then all of a sudden the game broke. So now when you set up the entrance, you don't have to set up the victory if it's already the way you want it. Okay, it's moving. Yeah, did a solid job, man. These look good. Matter of fact, I might even leave that stupid music for them. I go check out how he got his face that fat. I can never get the cheeks to puff out like that. I'm just gonna leave it as it is. I like it.
Coming to ya on a dusty road. Good loving, I've got a truckload. And when you get it, you got something.
Yeah, it's all the exact same music every freaking year. It's like, guys, I know you're gonna get royalty-free music, but there's a lot of it out there. Can you mix it up a little? There's maybe 2 or 3 to keep, and the rest of them just gotta go. Alright, they're good. I gotta take a look at what he did to get that puffed out cheeks thing going on, because I need to get Morocco a little chunkier. Superstar edit. Is it Brian Knobs? Oh, wrong button. I don't know, that looks... let's see. Let's move the region first. Okay, that's not it. So it's definitely going to be in here. Alright, what are we doing here? 20, 43, and 72. So he's not going drastic. He's got the full depth. And bottomed out the height. Yeah, I guess that'll do it. Damn, what did he do to that nose? Holy cow, he really pulled those. Well, it worked. That looks really, really good. Alright, let me go get Morocco here real quick and see if I can come close to getting. I wish they'd play the whole song. It's like anytime you're playing, it plays any of their music, it only does it for like 30-second increments. That's pretty close already. That's cool. Better than it was. I don't want to morph too much with the face because I kind of like it the way it is. I always liked Morocco, man, especially when he got with Superstar Billy Graham. He really started buffing up at that point in time, man. I don't know, he had a resurgence or something. Yeah, I know, and here's the trick. I took an actual shot of that Bockwinkel, and I put it through Photoshop, and I cleaned it up a little bit, and figured, okay, that's the stencil I'm going to use for this one. And I did not get the same result. Nothing really. Let's see what we got going with this one. Look at those calves. Holy smokes. Gonna explode out of there. But he might have done just enough for me to work with. All I gotta do is take a couple things off, and hopefully the face isn't too far off. Doesn't look too bad. Yes, sir. It was much easier just to change out a couple of costume pieces. Black Dynamite. I'll tell you what. There was only one season where I ever ran a league or a season based on characters that weren't actual wrestlers. You know, created content that were just fictitious characters, and I had fun with it. But when I went in here to do one of the creations, Superstar, which I'll show you once I get into one of these, their default options for costumes that are all put together are pretty freaking cool. And if I didn't already have plans, I swear I would have just gone with, I think there's like 15 or 16 different costumes. I would have just gone straight with that, popped them out, bam, throwing movesets on them, come up with backstories, and gone with it, because it would have been a blast. Let me start with Dynamite here. Somebody else had downloaded a little while ago, and I can't remember who it was, but... I should have probably looked at Davey Boy first, see what he's wearing. Actually, that's pretty good. Calves are way too big though. Because the boots already make the calves like twice as big. So you don't actually want to build these guys the way they look, because that it's like their heads. You shape their heads kind of funky to make the hair go the way you want it to go. If you take hair off of some of these created wrestlers, all of a sudden they got friggin' Elephant Man looking heads. So that looks much more normal. Alright, let me show you this, if I can find it now. Attire. Personal information. Maybe it's only in the beginning. What the hell, man? Let's see what this vest looks like. Tim! Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I was right about WrestleMania. I think they went to the Union Jack for WrestleMania. They were already wearing that on the rear end. This is probably about the time they were going at it with the Hearts. Back when the Hart Foundation was wearing black and baby blue.
Think you can tell me what to do? You know who you're talking to?
Yeah, I don't even think you can do a. You can't do 4-on-4 in a cage. It's not an option. Much less an elimination or anything else. Matter of fact, I don't think there's any maybe tag team only. But like, you can't even do a 6-man elimination. I don't think. Oh, gosh dang it! That's twice. Tim, you've got to check out the video if you haven't already seen it. It proves the thing I told you from the get-go. WWE games, you don't get it for to be a good game. You get it for the comedy value of the glitches. If you go on my page, under the WWE2K18 playlist, I linked somebody else's video there which says Day 1 glitches. Just go to the 3:50 mark, 3 minute 50 second, and watch that clip on top of the Hell in a Cell and let it play all the way through. I could not stop laughing. I was in pain. My ribs hurt, and half it was from the from the reaction of the guy playing. It was him and about 6 of his friends. But my God, it's gold. And the whole time I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. You know, we get a little bit of comedy for the first 3 months while we're putting our rosters together, and then hopefully you fix that shit. I don't have a way to link it to you, man. Just do a search for WWE 2K18 Day 1 glitches. It's like a 9-minute video. That'd be the one. Superstar, alright. I'm staring at the screen and trying to remember what I'm here for. This is why I wasn't streaming the last 2 days, man. I get so wrapped up in my conversations with y'all that I forget what the hell I'm doing. Alright, let's see. British Bulldog. That's what I figured. Alright, well, I'm not going to burn another slot by converting him down, so I will have to bring Dynamite up. We always take a little bit of artistic license on this network. Make sure you have an inhaler somewhere nearby, you'll need it. See, now again, this Dynamite kit is actually pretty damn good, other than those calves. That was the only issue with it. But if you look at the thumbnail, when you're doing the search, it didn't look so hot. And they don't give you a close enough view to get a better idea of whether it's good or not. See what I'm doing right now? This is what you used to be able to do in Community Creations. You used to go there, you could look at it just like this. Spin it around and get a good look and know whether it's something you want to download or not. Now, it's like they show it to you from way down the street. Alright, now he's only going with the trunks. In this case, we're going to go and just replace these trunks. And I'm just going to do this one. The other one I'll leave as is. I don't know if Davey has the big robe or not. Let's see though. Edit. Oh wait, this could be a little bit of a problem. Hold on a minute. I'm thinking I'm having trouble here. Yep, because it's underneath. Shiznit. See, back in the old games, all the stuff you used to be able to do you can't do anymore. You'd be able to add another layer on top. So I could put these on top of those. Can't do that anymore. Was that not the funniest friggin' thing, though? He's like, who fell through? Who fell through? I did. Oh, and all of a sudden he shot right back up. He's like, ah! Oh my god, that was funny. And trust me, all 9 minutes are pretty damn entertaining. What happened? happened? I mean, I fell into the black hole. They're all running through the barricades into the fans and shit. I hate having them completely mismatch, but I don't see a way. I mean, I'd literally have to put like blue squares all the way down his legs. Well, let's do this. As long as I don't save it, there's no harm, no foul. So let me go here. So we got like that, and then let's, what's your problem, appearance, lower body, so much for completely wrapping around like it's supposed to, but alright. It's gonna take a couple. This might actually work. Wanna glow? Look at that. Stupid. They spent all that time on that crap. How about getting a referee to count? How about getting wrestlers to climb the ropes to jump off? Stop worrying about your friggin' neon shit. Like I said, this might actually work. That's a good one. That's a good one. A little slower. A little slower. What's up, Aaron? I'm always up this time. Oops. Good morning to you too. Yeah, the last couple days I've kind of been on a roll, so I just didn't get around to streaming. But today I was starting to test, and I already did some. Oh snap, man. That sucks. I wonder how many layers you can put into these things before it says no more. I remember back in the day it was like 25 things. After that it's like, oh, we can't handle no more. See if that worked. Kinda works. It's sad you gotta do it that way, but at least they'll match a little bit now, though. Copy that. I'm going to show you what I was talking about earlier about the default costumes. I'm not sure why it wasn't pulling up here. I think once you've already started using costumes, maybe it goes away or something. I don't know. New custom. We'll do Tito. Somebody asked for that. Oh, here it is. Custom attire. I guess I could have clicked on that. All parts. Oh, no. Wait. No. Edit attire. Copy attire. Import. Where the hell? It has to be. Where else would it be? You can create the look of personality subscribe mode. You can use custom smart. Share with the world creations. This mode can be imported. Several features have been added. 2 different body types. My custom image group. It has to be here. Presets, there they are. Okay. So get a look at some of these. Alright, that's like pretty close to MVP, I guess. Kind of feeling that's Billy Gunn. We gotta probably, I don't know, it's like a test and I don't know what else combined. This one I thought was kind of cool. But that costume, like, has a lot of moving parts to it. Crush's illegitimate brother. Scott Steiner's illegitimate brother. The last remaining member of the Spirit Squad. Glacier 2.0. I got nothing for that one. Mortal Kombat. Fight! I kind of like this one. And do I even have to tell you that this son-bitch would have been the jobber? So yeah, after I saw these, I was like, damn, man, I could have just rattled these guys right out, fully ready to go, and just had a fantasy season with that alone. I'd have had fun with that. How many they got all together? What we got? How many in a row? 5? 6. We got, come on, man. 1, 2, 12. Oh well. 14. Eh. Could have had a good time with that. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about doing career mode because it does look cool for the first time. And there's no way in hell that I'm going to do anything with Colonel Sanders. But I might take one of those other ones. problem is I don't think I'm gonna have a spare slot.
Man, pimpin' ain't easy.
Oh, I screwed it up already, didn't I? Gosh, damn it. I'm really not focusing. You gotta go to that deform tool before you leave that, otherwise it's gone. And enough for nothing, I used the same exact face scan on the 2K18 and that came out pretty damn good. So we're gonna find out if my problems earlier were the game or the face scan. Alright, that's what I need.
Ain't nobody man enough to feel the pain. And you can be next. You better give respect. Cause ain't nobody breaking this redneck. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They looking scared. No, they don't really want none. I'm on Mac truck. Don't get run over. Bunch of country boys working overtime, boys. Kings of the South. We never had nothing. Blue collar boys do it with their hands muddy. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They don't want
Yeah, I don't know. I've never used the face scan on any of the sports games, but I do remember people liking the one on particularly the FIFA. Heard some good things about that. Yeah, Bobby Roode's song is amazing. And it's amazing how something as simple as that can... I mean, he was already a good wrestler, don't get me wrong, but it put him big time on the map. Power music. I'm not sure I'm going to do too much to this thing. Yeah, I can see that a little bit. Alright, let's do our little... we'll get to that later. Yeah, that was one of the reasons why that was the first match I did this year on the game, was I saw a lot of similarities in Bobby Roode with the big glamorous entrance and all that, but also the fact that he's a great technical wrestler and he can put on a good show. So I thought a match between him and Ric Flair was appropriate. It's a damn shame he's got to be doing it in this time frame where it's an unwatchable product. See, the dilemma is when I start going to any Further than that, it's gonna just gleam like a mother. We're gonna do some work on this and see what we can get away with. Yeah, I'll tell you, that should be a great match. Those two guys can both work. Part that sucks is everybody knows Ziggler's going to lose. Because that's what he does. I'll tell you, that writing department, if somebody would just put them out of our misery.
I've got the look, the drive, so go wild. I've got the move, that easily mover. I said chill, up and down there, slide. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy, boy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy, toy. I make them hot, I make them shiver, they need to get weak. Whenever I'm around, they see me walk, they hear me talk. I make them feel like they're on cloud nine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy, toy. I'm just a sexy boy.
If you ever take a trip down to Cobb County, Georgia, you better read the signs, reflect the Lord over yourself.
Nia Jax left?
You'll be serving high.
For real?
You know the big boss man will make you walk the line. You better watch it, boy. You'll be serving hard times. He carries a big stick, a ball and chain too. He's looking for trouble. He'll be coming after you. You'll serve hard times. You'll be serving hard times. You know the big boss man will make you walk the line. You better watch it, boy.
Where are you hearing that? I hadn't heard that before.
Serving hard times. Serving hard times. You know the big boss man will make you walk the line.
Well, that's good news for the rest of the locker room because she was going to kill somebody. Anybody saying what's going on with that? Kind of surprised to hear that. Maybe she woke up one day and realized she wasn't all that good. Man, I'll tell you that. I was already kind of over her, you know, with her dangerous stuff in the ring, and it wasn't like she just wasn't good. It wasn't like she was trying to be reckless or anything. She just didn't have control of herself. And she had a Monday Night Raw match, had to be a good 3 months ago because I haven't watched Raw in so long. Maybe even longer. But she had Charlotte, and she's trying to bring her down for a shoulder breaker on the knee. And she fucking missed her knee. You have her up on your shoulder. We're talking about 12 inches. And you missed your knee, and Charlotte friggin' spiked into the mat, and I thought she killed her. And that was just one more. I mean, I've seen her do stuff like that so many friggin' times. It's almost achievable, but nah. Stick with the one I usually use. What, she got left off the DVD? Royalties on the DVD are paid for by the pound. They have to cut costs. Rumor has it that she was killing the catering table. I guess having the Rock's blood doesn't get you everything, does it? Where the hell? Did I miss it? I guess I did. I'm at the bottom now. Let's see.
Think you can tell me what to do? Know who you're talking to?
If you smell what the Rock is cooking. The Rock says, the Rock says.
Yeah, that's it.
The Rock says, the Rock.
Another tool we're going to try and use here in a minute. I tried the other day, I didn't quite master it. Or just adding it to work properly. Base. I gotta admit, Neville joining the Bullet Club is pretty interesting. darker, but then I'm afraid it's gonna screw up everything else I just did with the face. Speaking of which, what happened to my face paint? So now, we go here, we go to the match lighting. To me, everything looks good. We'll see.
Time to play the game! It's all about the game, and how you play it. All about control, and if you can take it. All about your debt, and if you can pay it. It's all about pain, and who's gonna make it? I am the game, you don't wanna play me. I am control, no way you can shake me. I am heavy debt, no way you can pay me. I am the pain, and I know you can't take me. Look over your shoulder, ready to run like a clean bitch from a smoking gun. I am the game, and I lose the fool, and out here and die like a fool. Trying to figure out what the moon's gonna be. You model the circle, I know you actually know. Don't you, baby?
What is better than slitting my wrist is watching anything to do with Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal is, man, it's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing. It never should have happened. He was perfectly fine as a jobber, but the thought of him as a champion with what, 7-month run now? Where's he at with this damn thing? Shouldn't have been a 7-day run. And the only way you book him against Brock is if Brock is going to smoke him in 30 seconds. If there's going to be a fight with a squash ending, or no way. No freaking way. Jinder Mahal is the luckiest son of a bitch in the world, and he's the reason we will look back on this as the moment, because that is the they're already starting to go in the wrong direction. When they booked him as the champ, the gate dropped and dried out. Nobody wants to see this asshole. And the funny thing is, they put him as a champion because they get a TV contract in India and they wanted to have a guy representing it. The people in India don't want to see him as champion. They want somebody with talent. He doesn't have it. He's horrible. His finishers. How are you going to be a champion when your finisher sucks? You got to have a finisher. Hell, he should have stole one. Is that a prediction, or because that would be awesome? I never even thought of that. I mean, we know she's coming back. I don't know, that British accent thing's gonna be a little screwy, but that would actually, see, again, that would be good booking, which is why it won't happen. That's not gonna happen. Alright, attire.
Think you can tell me what to do? Know who you're talking to?
Wrong. It's worse. They're becoming 2000 WCW along with 95 WWF. So all we need now is like Doink and Duke the Dumpster Drozy. You know, get a couple of more really stupid characters. They have reverted terribly. You know what? Never say never. Starting to feel that way, that's for damn sure. Might as well. Oh man, I can't even see. There's a couple of specks I was going to remove, but I can't even see squat. I guess it's alright. They're small enough. You want what happened? What was that? Hey! What the hell, man? Bastard. I'm thinking I won't see it for a day or so afterwards so I can watch it on fast forward. Don't know. If it is, they're going to have a little bit of running around and redecorating to do, but they can knock that out. We'll see. Well, somebody will see. I'm gonna be not watching. I really have a hard time caring. We all know that Meltzer is a fountain of misinformation. I didn't realize how unliked Meltzer was in the locker room until a couple of wrestlers were talking about him on a podcast recently. I don't even remember who it was, but nothing good to say about him, I'll tell you that right now. I believe the term was glorified fan. Chris Hero was a member of the Shield for when? I don't recall him ever leaving When was Chris Hero ever a member of the Shield? Alright, Tito is done. And I am almost done. Captain Z's. Yeah, well, we see how that turned out. No, that's fine. I just didn't remember him ever making the main roster even for a minute until recently. I may be in the minority, but I really didn't care for the Shield. And I think Reigns was the biggest reason. I always liked Dean Ambrose. I thought he did some of his best work in Florida Championship Wrestling before they turned to NXT. Whichever way the spirit moves you, man. Let's see. I don't think Tito ever went heel, did he? Him and Ricky Steamboat might be the only two guys that have long careers that never turn heel. Meaningful careers, let me rephrase that. Chihuahua, Mexico, is that the same as Tacula? Oh wait, here we go. Tijuana, what the hell? Close enough. Skills, huh? Striker. Second finisher for sure, fired up. I give everybody a damn table finisher. I want to see tables broken. Elimination chamber there too. I don't see him getting into too much of that. I never recreate that stuff. I may put them back together at some point, although it's not on my plans, but got over 11 months, a lot of things can happen.
WW2K18.
Oh God. I don't know what to say about that if it happens. Ugh. Authors of Pain just Time Turner channels. How they got to the main roster, I have no idea.
Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. Do you trust me? Do you trust me? Do you trust me? Do you trust me?
Oh, way too high. Undisputed Era. Who the hell is that? Alright, 88 I can work with. Bobby Fish.
I've got the look.
Yeah, it's been a while. I have no idea. I know of Adam Cole. I've never seen him. Bobby Fish, never heard of. Kyle O'Reilly, never heard of. So yeah, I'm out.
make them feel like they're on cloud nine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy.
Alright, that wraps it up. Alright, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. But I'm going to get something to eat and probably go to bed. I've been up all night. I'm tired. I will be back tomorrow. We're going to, one way or another, do a live show. I haven't figured out which one yet, but I got a few hours to figure it out and last minute to put stuff together. And now I've got the last two guys that I had to have to pick up the titles that they walked away with last season. So that opens a couple of opportunities as well. Got new arenas to introduce this season. We've changed some of the titles up to make them look a little bit more, well, new, period. I think they're better. So, all that coming, starting tomorrow. It'll be the overnight hours sometime as usual. I'm not sure when exactly. So, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you real soon. Take care.
Rock says,